Hi friends, this is Bani. Welcome to my channel Bani the English World, and I'm back with some preposition, and today I'm going to start preposition part 2. I have completed 7 preposition in my last video, preposition part 1, and now I'm going to start preposition about. We use about to refer to movement or position in various directions or places. Example, children were running about. That means children were running in various directions. Clothes were lying about the room. That means clothes were lying in various places in the room. To indicate near or nearby, we use about. For example, is anybody about? That means, is anybody nearby? There was no one about to save the girl from drowning. Used to indicate in connection with. Example, we told the police about the incident. She doesn't know anything about it. About can be used to make a rough estimate of something. Example, there were about 15 girls in the class. It is a rough estimate of the number of students in the class. The exact figure could be slightly higher or lower. It is about 6 o'clock. Sonia is about 12 years old. The next preposition is over. Used to indicate movement or position at a higher level than something else. For example, a beautiful yellow bird flew over the lake. With an umbrella over my head, I was able to protect myself from the mid-sun. We can also use over when talking about movement across a surface. Example, a small boat came over the lake and approached our cottage. Shall we go over the road and see if there's a bank on the other side? We can use over when something is covering something. Example, she can buy a plastic cover to put over the computer if she is worried about dust. He had mud all over his face. To indicate extended periods of time, we can use over. Example, over a period of 3 centuries, very little changed in the pattern of life for poorest people. What are you doing over the summer holidays? Used to indicate more than a particular number or limit. Example, there were over 100 people at the lecture. He couldn't enter the competition. He was over the age limit. Next preposition, out of. Used to indicate to go out or to leave a place. For example, Sonia is going out of Mumbai. Please get out of my sight. To indicate out of certain numbers, we can use out of. For example, Sonia scored 8 out of 10. Out of 50, 42 students were present in the class. We use out of to say something is all gone. Example, the printer is out of ink. Now, across. Used to indicate from one side to the other side of something. Example, I saw them walking across the street. She reached across the table to shake his hand. She slapped him right across his face. Used to indicate the other side of something. Example, she was seated across the table from me. The accident happened just across the state line. To indicate reach or spread over or throughout something. Example, a sweet smile spread across her face. A disease spread quickly across the country. The sunlight spread across the mountain. used to indicate in every part of a country, region, etc. Example, the movie is showing in theater across India. Newspapers across the world reported the story. Next preposition is against. Used to indicate something against somebody or something. Example, human rights organizations have been campaigning against the death penalty. Are you against internet censorship? Used to indicate not to the advantage or favor of somebody or something. Example, the evidence is against him. Her anger is against her way of success. Used to indicate close to, touching or hitting somebody or something. Example, put the guitar there against the wall. The rain beat against the windows. Used to indicate to prevent something from happening or to reduce the damage caused by something. Example, we took precautions against the fire. She gritted her teeth against the pain. We can use against when we compare two things. Check your receipts against statement. What is the rate exchange against the dollar? Now the preposition under. We use under to talk about something that is below or lower than something else. Example, the cat is under the table. The shoes are under the bed. Used to indicate one thing is touching or covering something else. Example, the wreck of Titanic still remains under the sea. He had hidden the money under the basket. We use under to refer to age. For example, you have to be under 18 to get an allowance. She has 3 children under the age of 5. Now the preposition into. Used to indicate a position in or inside something. Example, come into the house. She dived into the water. To indicate the direction of something, we can use into. Example, speak clearly into the microphone. Driving into the sun, we had to shut our eyes. Used to indicate a period of time. Example, she carried on working late into the night. He didn't get married until he was well into his 40s. Used to show a change in state. For example, the fruits can be made into jam. They came into power in 2008. Used to indicate the back of somebody or something and hidden by it or them. Example, who is the girl standing behind Rohan? A small street behind the station. To indicate the less progress than somebody or something, we can use behind. For example, he is behind the rest of the class in reading. We are behind our schedule. Used to indicate responsible for starting or developing something. For example, what is behind for your happiest smile? He was the man behind the plan to build a new hospital. Used to indicate giving support to or approval of somebody or something. Example, she knew that whatever she decided, her family was always right behind. Used to say that something is in somebody's past. Example, the accident is behind you now, so please try to forget this. She has 10 years experience behind it. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for sticking with me this long. Thank you for watching this video. I will be back with new video. Till then, bye-bye.